What's up, YouTube? Back in today with another video. Before starting this video, I want y'all to like, comment, also subscribe. Also, those are the two main things: liking and subscribing, and also telling other people about my content, my video, my channel. Be sure to go check out my shorts not on Instagram, on YouTube as well. Um, I do a great deal of shorts. I actually post daily on my shorts, so I want y'all to check that out too. But without further ado, we're going to get into this topic. What I'm going to be talking about today is the topic of having children. This topic is very important. Knowing how, we are biologically wired to reproduce. We have urges to have children. That's just being human. But due to recent times, we've seen how children has been affected heavily in relationships in negative ways. What I mean by that is men are victimized when having children, even though a man wants to, continue, has something to continue through him and live on through him that can pass on generations. That has been a thing that has been far-fetched nowadays, knowing that a lot of females view men as opportunity for them to have a kid by, leave them, still be single, and use that man for financial gains. We're dealing with child support, other things like health insurance for the child, also life insurance, also college expenses. So and not only that, it's anything that the child wants to do, recreational activities, you're responsible for that as well, being a man, while the woman has no obligation to pay you anything. And also she gets to file the children. I know there's been recent talks where we, as a country, said that that filing should go to the man. But like I said, nothing has been finalized yet, so we cannot speak on those things that are not true. So looking at that, we can see how problematic it could be when having children with a woman can be challenging for a man. Children, you're signing yourself up for a life of commitment, a lifetime. You're saying for about 22, 23 years, you're signing up to say, I'm financially going to take care of this person. Whether if the money that I'm giving to you goes to the child, or if it doesn't go to the child, which 95% of the chance it doesn't go to the child, it goes to the mother of the child, basically your ex-girlfriend or ex-wife. And there's nothing that you can do about it or say about it, because it's not determined if she spends the money on the child or on her or on actually the child. So when you have stuff like that, you have to set up things to protect yourself, because one of the most biggest decisions you can ever make is having children with somebody who that you would think is the right person for you, but it's not really the right person. So when you make those type of decisions, you need to make sure that those are with the right people. Like I said, 95% of women out here are going to use you and look at you for monetary reason, which is for money. And most women, 95%, are going to leave you in a relationship, or not even in a relationship, in a marriage. 70% of the marriages that happen fail. That's not something that I'm coming off the top of my head. That's actually fact. 70%, and it is way more higher for people that are in a relationship. It's way more higher. So you have to keep that in mind. So when you have a baby mama and you're not married, it's a lesser chance than 70. But it's a greater chance that relationship not even succeeding successfully, it's more than a 70% chance that that relationship fails, not succeeds. Keep that in mind, fellas. And what I'm here to do, I'm here to make men's life, better, people's lives better, women's lives better. But on the aspect of this, I have to gear this conversation towards my men and for my women, but mainly to my men, because men are the ones who's being financially starved from having children. You used to have children with a lot of women. You cannot do that nowadays, because if you do, and that woman puts you on child support, you best believe that you're going to go to jail if you don't pay it. No ands and buts about it. You're going to jail if you don't pay your child support. That's another thing that people do not talk about. If you think that you're going to rack up 20,000, 10,000, and you're not working and you're not paying that child support, she can ask the court to send you to jail, suspend your license, suspend your passport, suspend any type of gun license, any type of license that you have. You may have a security license. She can suspend that from you not paying child support. And I want to wake fellas up to this, because a lot of this stuff happens and you're not thinking that ass is fat, that pussy is fat, them titties is big, she pretty as fuck. But at the same time, is her heart good? Is she going to treat you right from you coming in her? Because it's only one nut. You bust one nut and that's all it takes. That's all it takes is that one nut, and then you stuck. 24 years contract. She didn't have to marry you. You know how hard it is to get married to men nowadays. Men control that. You know what I'm saying? She don't even got to do that. She can say, I don't need a ring. I got a kid. I'm 31, 0 kids. And if I would have kids, I would do it this way, which takes us to session 1. Number 1, egg donor. Fellas, I cannot stress how important it is for y'all to go through this route. This is the most safest route if you want to have a legacy and leave a legacy. I'm not going to put my trust in somebody to sit back and say, okay, I'm going to get this woman pregnant and she's going to be faithful to me for the next 25 years. Get fucking real. Get fucking real. You're basically saying, y'all be quick to make these girls y'all baby mamas. You're basically saying, I'm going to sit back and trust this lady for 25 years. Not I, said the fat man. Not I, said the fat man. I may be a fool, but I ain't no damn fool. You signed that contract from you having that kid. 25 fucking years that this girl, that you putting all this trust, you're putting 25 years of trust, future trust. This is in the future, so you have to say future trust in this woman. You can't even trust the bitch now. You can't even trust his ass now. You're going to put 25 years in trust? Like I said, I'm gearing this towards men because men are the ones that's financially responsible for the child. Women are responsible too, don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, it's more pushing out from a man's perspective the financial responsibility for the child. Let alone him having to take care of his own goddamn self. Like I said, let me break down the child support amounts that you have to pay. One child, 20% of your income. Whatever you make it, take away 20%. It's not based off of calculation for a child that's in your state. It doesn't matter if you're, you know what I'm saying, making a whole bunch of money and you think, okay, I make 100,000. It don't take 20,000 to get that child. That not 20,000, 40,000 to get that child right. That's 20% for one child. When you get 2 childs, it's about 23, 24, 25%. 3 childs, about 30%. 4 child, about 37% of your income. I'm not making this shit up. This is facts. See how this is worse than marriage? See why she doesn't need the ring anymore? Only thing she needs is the kid. She doesn't need the ring. She doesn't need the ring. But got cut off hand. Back to the topic. Egg donor. Safest way for men to have children. Safest way. You don't have to deal with a woman. You can have your legacy. Still have your woman on the side. And have your family too. Don't have to have another mother come into the picture and say, this is how I want to do, this is how I want to be done, this is how I want to be. And if you don't, I'm going to leave you and I'm going to put you on child support. You can't do that when you have an egg donor. You are the mother and the father. You can have a girlfriend that you think that's going to be your potential wife, or she should be a long-term girlfriend. But y'all don't get married because you know what the financial responsibilities, what it is when it comes to being married. So instead of you sitting back and having, a baby mother, you can have an egg donor and have your girlfriend on the side. A woman will respect it because at the end of the day, you don't have kids with another woman. She understands it's an egg donor. You the mother of the father. You even know the person who's the mother of the child. A woman will respect that more. Rather than you go out there and get a baby mama and then you come back with a kid and then you try to get into another relationship and now you got a kid and now it puts you at a disadvantage. A woman will respect that more. So this is the safest way because it gets away. It creates your legacy. It lets you leave your legacy. It lets you not leave this earth with nothing, and there's nothing else that lives on through you. You can't say brothers and sisters, the mamas. That's you're their seed. You lived on through them. You didn't live on. You didn't live on because you didn't have any children. You can have something that you can leave here and say, okay, that's me. He lives on. I live on. And you don't have to deal with no fucking financial responsibility or dealing with one woman for the next 25 years when you don't want to deal with one woman. You want to deal with multiple women. You can deal with multiple women and still have all those women and have your legacy. That's the safest way. The safest way. Number 2, this is the alternative to the egg donor. Now, I know a lot of y'all that y'all got Mrs. Right, y'all think y'all got Cinderella. You know what I'm saying? You think Rapunzel let down her hair and you climbing up the goddamn hair. You think she's just the one and it's gonna be like this forever and we're happy and she's not gonna sleep with nobody else. She's not gonna want anybody else. Okay. For my brothers that's like that, I'm still gonna help you even though I disagree with how you're thinking. But I'm gonna sit back and let you know it is a healthy and financial best solution to having children. And I want y'all to realize that I don't want y'all to do this, but at the same time, I still want to save my brothers from doing what a lot of men make mistakes on. What a lot of brothers make mistakes on. And number 2 is what all y'all need to do who wants to have a woman, who wants to have a seed that looks like the mother and the father, and you still want to do it naturally. That is through a clinic. Number 2 is through a clinic. What do I mean by clinic? This will lead me into number 3. Number 3, fellas. Clinic. What I mean by clinic is that you view this woman as the one that's the 1 or 5% that I say a woman that's good woman out here. You sit back and say, I know this is the one. Okay, how can I still protect myself and still go on with me having a family? Clinic. What you're going to do is you're taking my same concept that I believe in through number 1, which is egg donor. But instead of you getting an egg donor, the girl who you love, the girl you're going to marry, the girl you said that's the one, make her your egg donor. Repeat that one more time. You're going to get the woman who you love. You're going to get the woman who you want to marry. You're going to make her be your egg donor, which means she has no rights to the child, which means she has no. She's just giving you one of her eggs, and you're fertilizing one of her eggs. You're getting her pregnant. She's going through the whole motion. By the end of the day, she has no rights to the child. It's just like we went through we went through but like the first one, and we went through an egg donor, but we don't know her. But in fact, you do know her. So what that means is that you and that woman, nobody has to know. Nobody has to know. That can still always be your child's mother, and you're the father of it. Your child doesn't have to know. It's paperwork that you can keep in the vault that nobody has to know. If you want to protect yourself, you have to do it that way. And if you want to make a woman commit to you more, if you want to make her stay more faithful to you, this is a great way into proving that. Because if she cheats, if she does something wrong, you can sit right there and leave with your kid, and it's going to make her have no right to the kid at all. It's going to make her more faithful. Do you get what I'm saying? If you have the kid, she's technically an egg donor. Y'all are still together. Y'all are still in a relationship. Y'all may get married. She has no right to the child. You are the only person who is has the rights to the child. Even if she goes try to protest to the court, no, ma'am, you are an egg donor. You have no rights to this child. I don't care if it's your egg. I don't care if y'all was together. You're an egg donor. You sign that pet. You sign it up like that, and that's how it's going to be. She cannot protest to the court and say, "Oh yeah, that's my child." No, it's not. Egg donor. It's paper right here, sir. No child support. None of that. So, if you want to have kids that way, you can to protect yourself. But I'm going to get into it deeper. If you really know that this lady is the one, if you really want to marry this woman, if you really want to sit back and stay and say, okay, this is the woman who I'm going to be with for the rest of my life, and I'm happy the way how my life is going. So this leads me to the last thing, the last talking point. If you want this forever, if you want this to, if you think that this lady is the one, and she's proven that to you over the years, you already have a kid by her. She's an egg donor. She has no rights to it. You trust this woman, you be her sperm donor. You be her sperm donor, which means that if she leaves, if you cheat, if you do something crazy, she can leave the relationship with her child. So really, it's kind of conflicting. So it's like, I have a child of yours, which you have no rights to. Okay, now the woman has a child of yours that you have no rights to. So now it's going to keep both of y'all in a safe space to say, you know what, let's keep this together, because I don't want my child to be going on with somebody else. I don't want my other child to be going on with somebody else, and I have no rights to it. So that by any means necessary, that's going to make the relationship stronger, and so that it can keep and stay together. Because you understand and she understands that, okay, if he leaves, I'll never see my child again. If I leave, I can say that he can never see his child again, but he's not going to let me see my child. We both have 2 kids. We have to stay obligated to each other, because we have this thing where if we break up, we can both go our separate ways. She can't get no child support. So at the end of the day, when you do it through a clinic and you see that, okay, this woman is the right woman for me, you can sit back and say, okay, let's do it like this. If she gives you any pushback, leave her, because at the end of the day, she can respect that. Because it ain't nothing but a piece of paper that she has to sign to say that she's your egg donor. You're not paying for an egg. It's nothing that's super costly. You're using her egg. She's carrying the baby. She's getting pregnant. She's giving birth to the baby. She's basically like an egg donor surrogate. So, if y'all want to have children, number one, I would tell y'all not to do that. I would tell y'all to go do an egg donor by yourself, so you don't have to deal with a woman. Or second option, you have her be you have her be your egg. I mean, her egg donor. I mean, your egg donor. If y'all really think of this relationship as being very long term and y'all want to marry this woman, go to the third option. You be her sperm donor. You be her egg. I mean, you be her sperm donor, and she be your egg donor. So that if the relationship does end or something does happen, it's going to make you not want to do it because you understand that you have no rights to the child if I do cheat. Or rather, if y'all was in a regular relationship and you had a kid, a woman has all the power. She gonna sit right and say, "Oh, I'm gonna cheat on you. What you gonna do about it? I'm gonna put you on child support if you leave. What you gonna do about it?" You gonna say that looks stupid. You gonna say, "Well, I'm gonna say that you cheated." They don't. The court doesn't give a fuck. They gonna still say, "Pay child support, sir." They're not gonna say, "Oh yeah, because she cheated and because she was sucking 1,000 dicks at any given time that she wanted to, and she was sucking them all throughout the marriage or the relationship." They're not gonna say. They're not gonna care about that. They're gonna say, "Hey, sure, pay child support." None of that matters. Rather than you sitting back saying, "Okay, I have all my rights to my kid. She has all our rights to her kid. If we don't work out, if she doesn't cheat shit, I'm leaving, and then she's not gonna see her kid, and then I'm not gonna see my kid." But a woman is not going to want to do that because a woman is going to want to keep her family together and try to have control, and that's how you take away her control. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you get my drift? If any one of y'all fuck boys take my shit and don't give me my goddamn credit because I never heard this before, I come up with the solutions. I come up with these solutions, and I think hard about these solutions. I'm very skilled in my capability of this, so y'all need to realize that all this time, men could not figure this shit out. I figured it out for y'all. If y'all want to have kids, do one of these three options. If y'all want to, don't want to go through a woman, do an egg donor. If y'all do want to go through a woman, have the girl who you think that's the one, be your egg donor. So with all that being said, fellas, I want y'all to also subscribe to my channel, and I also want y'all to check out my shorts. Hit me up on IG for any other information, questions, bookings, anything that y'all want to do. Y'all can DM me through Instagram. My Instagram is also linked in my YouTube. So with all that being said, fellas, you already know what time it is. I'm out.